Thank you very much.
Work last time.
Ah, right.
Start again.
Let's start again. Hey. Here we go. And this is a little number. Just got out of tune since I left the other room. That's amazing. Hey, welcome, listeners, to Jam Jar. And of course, we're going to do our little Jam Jar song that goes, Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everyone listens to Jam Jar. Well, almost everyone. Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everyone listens to Jam Jar. We're gonna jump and shout and talk about everybody knows about Jam Jar, Jam Jar. We're all listening to Jam Jar. And of course, now we're looking at Jam Jar. Oh my God. Because we're on TV land. Oh yeah. Jam Jar, Jam Jar. We're all listening to Jam Jar. Yee-haw. Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everyone listen to Jam Jar, Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everyone listen to Jam Jar. Spread it around. Oh, well, welcome viewers and listeners to another program of Jam Jar. We're going to do a quick check-up on the levels here, see if that's not too bad. I think that's pretty good. Lovely to have your company today if you're watching in. And all my regular listeners and viewers, hope you had a great Christmas, and of course you're in for a really good new year. We've got special people in the studio today, but we won't actually introduce them yet. Excuse me, we'll just talk about what is happening around in the Wairarapa at the moment. It's that time of the year when people like to think they're on holiday, and most of them are. Some people, by the time they get out of holiday mode, they're wonder that they keep thinking they've got to be somewhere, like me, for instance. Then it's back to work again. But, you know, holiday, it's a good time to relax and enjoy time with the family and friends, and just get up in the morning and think, hey, I got nothing to do, and I can just sort of, you know. However, yeah, there's lots of things happening music-wise, painting-wise, as far as painters, poets are out there composing poems. There's a lot of happening this time of the year because people have the time on their hands to be able to do that sort of thing. I'm just going to quickly put my headphones on here because I just want to check what the levels are like outside. I'll put that there like that. Let me have a listen here and I see. Check a 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Right. Okay, so what is happening? We've got the Gladstone the Gladstone Inn every Sunday is going to have jazz in the garden bar. We did it last Sunday. It was a great session. But they're going to go right through the summer months every Sunday, and that'll be with the Kingsford Brown Trio, which is, you know who, and occasionally other artists as well. We've got also our Music Monthly Jam, and that's at the Gladdy as well at night. That's coming up this Thursday. We'd love to have your company if you're about. It'd be good to see you, and especially if you can play an instrument and sing even better. Or even if you want to recite some poetry. We've had poets at our music group before. Bit hard to sort of express your talent when you're a painter, like painting live is not that exciting for those watching. But we'd love to see you. This time of the year, a lot of our people are away doing things, so it'll be probably just a small one. But that's okay. We can handle that. We've got a few things coming up. We've got another gig coming up in a couple of weeks at the Iberia, I believe. I'm not sure who's doing that yet, but just keep your ears and eyes open for that one. The posters will be out. And of course, there's regular gigs going on at Paper Road. That's a new gig that we just sort of put together end of last year. That's out towards the old Parky Way, and that's going to be a good little, once that clicks in. We had the Dixie, six-piece Dixie band out there just before Christmas. That was great. Okay, so yeah, there are people are pretty geared up for the holiday period with music. Featherston, yeah. There's the Royal. That's the hotel on the corner there. That's gone steampunk. Good hotel. Get on down there and have a look and see what you think, because it's very nicely done. It's they're having regular musicians there. I can't say exactly who is playing there, but even if you rang them, but they'll have posters and stuff and all that sort of stuff going on. Okay, I think I might just introduce my guests for today, because we have guests. Now I've got a little bit of paper here so I can remember. But on this side over here, there we have Anise. Hi Anise, nice to have you with us.
Thanks, Stefan.
Yep, you're a local boy, I believe.
Yeah, I grew up in Masterton, left when I was about 15, and I've been living in Wellington and other parts around the world, but back in New Zealand now and just visiting Masterton.
Right, well, great to have you with us today, mate. Very good. And right sitting next to you is a young lady called Nettie.
Hello,
Hi, Nettie.
I'm Nettie. I'm from Mangere, Auckland. And
Mangere, yeah. Just turn that microphone around a little bit towards you, because you've got quite a soft voice. Like, let me hear it again. Yep.
Hello, I'm Nettie from Mangere, Auckland.
Yep.
And I'm just here in Masterton to help with community building.
Oh, that sounds great. We need a bit of that, don't we? That's for sure. Okay, and right next to you is Carmel. Hi, Carmel.
Hi, I'm Carmel from Auckland.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm here as well to help with community building.
Great stuff. Nice to have you with us. And Chin, over in the corner here.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chin. I'm from Queenstown.
Yeah. I think I might have spoken to your parents at summer school. Would that be true? Have they got a business down? Your parents obviously in Queenstown?
No, my mum is in Queenstown
It's
and
your
my
mum.
dad's in Auckland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I might have. Yeah, I think I might have met your dad then. I think it was. Okay, well, wonderful to have you with us. And just for me to just go on a little bit, all these youth are part of an initiative that's working towards building better communities. Wow, we need you guys real bad, and thank you so much for stepping up, because, and so you've travelled to Masterton to share some of your skills, work with the people here, maybe some of the youth and the children, and at grassroots level, and pass on maybe that there is hope for the future, yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can see that the youth have a lot of opportunity to do some good in their community.
Right.
And to build a stronger community together with people of all ages, of course.
And this is happening in other communities with other groups and youth groups as well.
That's correct, yeah. So it's happening all over the North Island right now. We've got youth visiting smaller towns.
Yep.
Some of them are experienced and some of them are just learning how to build community and have conversations with people and really trying to bring people together.
Right.
So there's about 12 different locations where there's teams around the North Island at the moment.
Great stuff. So all you guys are connected with a religion called the Baha'i Faith, is that correct?
That's right,
yeah. So that's the basis, if you like, although you're not out to sort of say, whoop-de-doo, we're behind. It's more the fact of a universal thing, is that right? What with the building, community building, it's one of the aspects of Baha'i Faith, isn't it?
That's
building
correct,
better communities, yeah.
So there was a community building framework that's been developed by the Baha'i Faith, but is open to everyone of all races and religions.
Yeah.
And the framework of that is building stronger communities by serving together.
Wow.
Whether it's running children's classes for your young ones, or running junior youth groups for the ages of 12 to 15.
Right.
Or even just coming together for fellowship and getting to know your neighbours.
Absolutely. Well, what an amazing idea, because, I mean, there's no one left out, really, is there, with the equation?
That's correct.
So all people involved, you get the strength and unity with all the differences, but coming together in harmony. It's great.
That's right, yeah. I mean, obviously people have a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
And we can see that in the world today, that some people are quite separated. But realistically, if we want to come together, we've got to celebrate that diversity.
Right.
And really just become friends with one another.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got a little bit of diversity going on here already, I see. Chen, whereabouts, obviously your background is Chinese, is that right?
No, my background is Southeast Asian.
Southeast Asian, sorry, okay.
Yeah, so a little bit of Indonesian and Malaysian.
Okay, right. So there's one group there. Carmel, what's your background as far as ethnicity goes?
My dad's Persian and my mum is Samoan Māori.
Wow, yeah. Okay. And Nettie, what about you?
My mum's Tongan and my dad's Pākehā, New Zealand. So.
Yeah. And you're a real Kiwi, aren't you, Anise? Is that
Yeah,
right?
kind
Pretty
of,
well.
yeah.
But like me, I think.
Mum's Kiwi, Dad's English, so yeah.
Yeah, so you've got, even just amongst the four of you, I mean, there is some more of you that came down as well, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Us staying at home today.
Yeah.
A bit younger, so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we really appreciate you guys coming to Masterton and sharing, and already you've made some contacts and been involved in a few things with the community, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. So we're holding a youth night in the coming weeks. And
Yep.
we've connected with a local kapahaka group, and we've also been going out to places where youth hang out, like
Right.
basketball courts,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
skate parks,
Yeah.
and just talking to people on the street and seeing if there's any interest in
Yeah.
getting involved in meaningful youth activity. And
Yeah.
um,
So how's it been going? What's the response been like?
it's been good
Yep.
response. We've got some people coming along on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Now, it's been mostly youth orientated at the moment, but we're hoping to reach out to some adults and the parents of these youth,
Right.
because we all need to come into it together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, we find youth have a lot of time and energy at this time of their life, so it's a good chance to get people together, especially youth. But realistically, we need the adults to support that, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
a little bit older and wiser. So we need all
Yeah,
kind of ideas.
all on board to make a package, make it work. Yeah, well, I think the viewers might be interested to hear about maybe just a little bit about each and every one of you, and who you are and what you do and what your aspirations and dreams. Dreams are good. You know, they're free too. But good things start with dreams and they build, and then But anyway, Anish, tell us a bit about yourself and what maybe specifically why you're part of this program.
Okay. As I said, I grew up in Masterton and kind of moved to Wellington in my teenage years. But what really got me involved in it is I was travelling around Europe, and I was staying in Scotland for about a year. And actually, I went to stay at a Hare Krishna temple for about a month as a work program.
Yeah.
And that taught me a lot about meditation and also how to serve and do good in the world.
Yeah.
Coming out from that, I encountered this community building program by the Baha'is, and I could see that it could do a lot of good in the world by making neighborhoods into more spiritualized environments,
Yeah.
where neighbors can come together. So once I got back to New Zealand, I went on a similar initiative as these youth are on now, where I could learn how to have conversations with people, with neighbors, about different topics, like different virtues of how to bring people together. So like a big one is unity. As you can see here, we try and just bring people together, regardless of their faith or race or political standing or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's been very interesting learning about a lot of different people around New Zealand. I've actually done outreaching in places like Hastings, in Auckland, Palmerston North, and now in Masterton. So I'm learning a lot about people around New Zealand.
Yeah.
And one of the really invigorating things for me that I've learned is that regardless of where you are in New Zealand, we all kind of want the same thing, you know? We want to connect to people, we want good friendships, we want to help the people in our lives. So that's been really heartening for me to learn that. So I think if I can teach other people that, getting together and helping each other out, I think that's a fantastic thing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. So you've basically, it's kind of like a journey, really, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
You've started out on this journey. You can see from the distance there's maybe a goal, but it's just little by little, day by day.
That's right.
And we do it, eh? Hey, there's a term, little by little, day by day.
That's right.
I know there's a
It's
song
nice
about
one.
that, I think, isn't there? I think
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, I think so. I've heard
there
it
might
before.
be. Yeah.
Is that one of yours, Stefan?
Could
Is
be.
it?
Could
Oh.
be.
Is that a subtle
We've-
plug, is it?
Yeah. Before we do that, Nettie, so you're from Auckland, yeah? Mangere, is that right?
Yes.
So what do you get up to there? And tell me a bit about yourself and what you're doing.
In Auckland, I've been going around to places there and watching people I've been watching people do good in their community, and I wanted to be able to do that. And so we're in some initiative, and I went to a summer initiative last time, and then seeing people do that just made me want to learn to serve my community too.
Okay, great. Nita, can you move a little bit closer to Carmel, and then we'll get you in the picture, hopefully. A little bit more, and even a little bit more. See if that comes up now.
Should I move out a little bit and then?
Yeah, a little bit. I'll just see if that makes a difference. Yeah, so what will you be doing when you go back?
Starting up classes for children.
Yeah.
And maybe, definitely hosting youth nights.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff. We've got you on camera now, which is good. I don't know about Carmel, but we'll see when it comes up. Thank you. That's great. So obviously you enjoy what you're doing, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. but yeah. Do you find your friends are interested in what you're up to and what you do as far as children's classes? Very valuable thing to be doing. I mean, they're tomorrow's generation, I guess. But to be involved is such an important facet. To be a teacher of the children, and where we are told actually in by many people that teaching is a really honourable profession, well regarded. So you're well done. Come out.
Yes.
Let me see if we can see you. Hold on.
To this one?
Well, you keep talking. I'll see if you can. I think we might have you on camera.
Okay.
What do you do back in Auckland, and what are you up to? Tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I grew up in a Baha'i family, so I've sort of always been involved in this process, but I think that when I heard about Summer Initiative, I was really encouraged to come along because I've seen actually people who have come into my own neighborhood and start up activities like children's classes and junior youth and youth groups that have had a really positive impact on the people in my community, especially the youth. I think that a lot of people my age want to be a part of something that's positive and that creates positive change. Yeah, so when I heard about the Summer Initiative, I really, really wanted to be a part of it. And I think it's a good opportunity for me to gain some skills, and there's quite a few people here who have been a part of Summer Initiative before who I'm learning from. And yeah, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone sometimes because talking to people I don't know, it's not, every day that you just go up to strangers and start talking about community building. And I think it takes other people by surprise as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, and I think it's one of those things, I guess, that it's like practicing anything. You get better as you get, the more you do it, feel more comfortable. I think you start to read people a little bit differently, so you can, which is not that you go around reading people, but it's always good to know. You can pick up the signs when people are receptive or not receptive. And the thing is that it's a thing that anyone can be involved with because it affects all of us across the community, whether you're whatever you're into. To have strong communities is a wonderful thing, especially for the little ones that are growing up, need to feel as though they're coming into something where they can be safe and achieve their potential. I think, their true potential. When communities are disunified or fragmented, it's normally the kids, unfortunately, that end up end up in trouble or not enough love, and they end up being forgotten about. So well done, guys. Chin, last but not least.
That's me.
That's you. Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Okay, so I'm 17, last year of high school, and within Queenstown, it's a very wealthy neighborhood, And I see that a lot of people within my year like to drink and smoke a lot. And that's something that I can't really relate to. And I don't really like seeing like my other friends doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to help learn skills to maybe try to communicate to them
Yeah.
how to maybe save their lives.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, because that's where it starts when we're younger. It's easier. The older you get, take it from me. I'm pretty old, getting that way. You form habits, and they become quite solidified within your whole, the way you look at things. You try and be open, but it is hard as you get older. But when you're young, your mind is not filled with so much stuff going on, I guess. But not only that, you're more willing, I think, to make the changes that sometimes you need to make. So we're going to do a song, and you guys can do the little by little. We'll do little by little. I know it's one of my songs when it's in tune. It'll be all right. Okay, so when I do the little by little, you just repeat it back to me. It's like an echo thing.
Can do.
And the thing behind this song, we've talked about it before, and some of the listeners and I think, oh, he's going to do little by little again. But you know, when you look at life, I don't know what it's like for a youth, but I know for an adult sometimes you're almost overwhelmed by what is going on and around us, and you think, there's so much. What can I do? And it's almost sort of suffocating to a certain extent. And you think, one part of me think, oh, forget it, just carry on and think. But if you just put a few things in place where it makes a difference to your life and somebody else's life, and when he talks about little by little, day by day, that's a wonderful quote from Abdul Baha, who was the son of the Prophet Baha'i Faith, Baha'u'llah, which goes like this: little by little, little by little, little by little, day by day, little by little by little, somehow. Here's the first verse. World, 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 world. Can't you see? Can't you see? I'm talking about your destiny, destiny. Don't just stand there. Don't just stand there and say it's wrong. And say it's wrong. 'Cause you've been standing far too long, far too long. Little by little, little by little, little by little, day by day, day by day, little by little, little by little, somehow. World, 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 world. In the darkest night, look for the followers, of the light, round and round, round and round, one by one, one by one. Look out, world. Release the sun, little by little, little by little, little by little, day by day, day by day, little by little, little by little, somehow. World, 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 world. You better make some time, yeah, 'cause I'm gonna lay it on the line, on the line. Take the key, unlock the gate, 'cause time's a wasting. Don't hesitate. Little by little, little by little, little by little, day by day, day by day, little by little, little by little, somehow. One more time, here we go. Little by little, little by little, little by little, day by day, day by day, little by little, little by little, oh yeah. Well done, guys. Yeah. Great. It's amazing. Music's a good thing to be able to touch the heart sometimes, you know, especially with kids, I've found, because I teach music in schools, and the music, they're always asking for music, sing this song, you know, Daisy Doodle Duck, or, you know, Oliver the Octopus, or, and, you know, it just brings them straight out of there, you know, they just latch straight into it. Very good. And I suspect you guys would be using the same thing with some, you know, with the music, and even putting some of the revealed word to music, stuff like that, which is really important. Okay, so we're going to talk about, have you got any plans that obviously you've got a youth thing happening. We did talk about a youth thing tonight, this week sometime, is it?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, this Thursday.
Okay, and hopefully it'll be at the Marae if we can swing it. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'll be Te Oriori Marae out toward, and what else have we got? Anything else that we've looked at, or are we looking at other things to do? Or?
Yeah, for sure. So we've got a few things lined up. Tomorrow we've got a art session with Robin White, a local artist.
Yeah.
She's graciously offered to teach some of the youth here, and also some of the friends we've met, a few things about art.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much as far as we've gone. We've got our youth night, and coming up on Sunday we've got a wānanga that's going to be held out in Hastings.
Right. Yeah.
Now, this wānanga space is a space where we can come together and study the Ruhi Institute books.
Yep.
And what those books are is they teach us how to build community.
Yeah.
More specifically, how to run children's classes, how to run youth groups, and how to also teach study circles so that people can learn. So it's a free community-based education.
Wow.
And we find the wānanga are really excellent spaces for getting people together for a week.
Yeah.
And just do it intensively.
Yep.
And it's a really great environment to get people in and together. We also do arts and sports and things like that.
Wow, sounds like a good weekend coming up.
Yeah.
A week, actually. How many days?
Yeah, so it'll be from the 13th to the 21st, so it's about 9 days.
Yep.
Yeah, 8 days.
So we may see some of you back here after that, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
It's a possibility.
I believe these youth will be going back home to Auckland and Queenstown respectively. I'll be back in Porirua where I'm based now.
Yeah.
However, I'll be coming out to support in Masterton.
That's what we want to
my
hear.
hometown, you know.
Yeah.
So
Just
a simple drive over the hill.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, we love having you back, you know, and as you know, I mean, you know, I knew your parents very well. I know your parents really well. So over the years, it's always been. But it's great to see you.
It's been a blast for the past for me.
Don't say enough. Yeah.
And it's wonderful to hear your songs again, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I remember them when I was a kid, and as you were saying, with children connecting with music, when I was a kid, even though I was a bit of a shy kid, I always loved hearing the music and having a bit of a dance, you know.
Wow, thank you so much for that. Yeah. Now, Nettie, what are you going to go back to? Sorry, you're going back to school?
To school?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'll tell my friends about the community building program.
Yeah.
And the camps that we'll be having.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think that you're getting a bit of interest with your friends or not?
Yes. Last Summer Initiative, when I came back from Summer Initiative, I did tell my friends, and I sang some songs that had been sung.
Yeah.
and they were like interested, asking me like, where did you learn those songs? Yeah, and then I told them about camp.
Yeah. You've got Tongan background, is that right? So have you lived in Tonga as well?
Yes, I lived in Tonga for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an amazing place, Tonga. I have really good
Definitely.
memories of Tonga. I'm looking forward to going back fairly soon. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So now I've neglected to ask, you've got brothers and sisters, no doubt. Hey, have you all got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
one younger brother.
Yeah. Younger brothers?
I have one younger brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's involved in the community building sort of thing a bit?
Yeah, actually my entire family came down to Masterton
Yeah,
to
I was going to get onto that.
yeah, support the summer
Yeah.
initiative and be a part of it, which is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's good when you've got a supportive family, like you could feel a bit. But
Yeah.
it's wonderful to see actually the interaction going on there. It's really good to see. Yeah. Hey. And Chin, what's happening for you? You're going back one more year to school, is it?
Yeah.
Last year.
Last year of school.
Yeah. And have you got any plans for after that and what you might do?
Thinking of going studying in Otago, either Otago, Canterbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But no thoughts of any particular field going into, or
Looking into engineering,
okay.
either that or business and hospitality.
Yeah. Is that what your dad's involved in?
No, my dad's in digital technology.
He's in.
Digital technology.
Ah, okay, yeah. Great stuff. Okay, so we've got lots of things happening amongst all you guys, eh? I mean, it's a good pool to be able to interact and get different perspectives on things as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a big thing that we try and create with the youth, and especially the junior youth, which is 12 to 15, is an environment where we can have meaningful conversations and talk about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
A lot of youth don't have an environment like that where they can just chat.
Yeah.
Because at school it's all fairly frivolous conversation of what was on TV or something like that.
Yeah.
So we find having conversations about like what is the world, what's happening in the world, and what can we do to assist with that, and what's the time of our lives that we're in. This is something that's really needed, in especially New Zealand. I've noticed.
And how can we make a difference, basically?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it is, for some youth, I have a lot to do with youth and young children as well, of course, with schools and stuff, and it's quite sad. I'm quite saddened to hear to see that they think there's no hope, and the world is pretty well, it's being slowly destroyed for a generation that's coming on to nothing, and some of them have that whole feeling, and it's quite sad to hear, really. But I think that little people there is making a difference. It is happening, and I can see it happening, and I think bottom line, it's easier to be positive about things rather than just dwell on the negative. The negative has a spiraling effect and just takes you further down, I think. And there's lots of good things happening. I mean, you guys are great. You're one of the good things that Masterton's, is really privileged to have you here amongst us. Hey, so good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we watch the news, it's easy to feel overwhelmed with what's going on, but realistically, and I think this goes back to your song, Little by Little, we can see there's a lot of positive things happening in the world, and sometimes it's just as simple as taking that little step forward. Take
small little steps forward and grab on and consolidate and then move and be confident in each other that move forth in love and unity, and it works for everyone.
Definitely.
Easy to find the bad things that are going on.
I guess community building sounds like a quite large topic, but there's little things you can do in your neighbourhood to make it a better place, and sometimes it's as simple as saying hi to a neighbour.
Absolutely.
And getting to know a little bit about them. Because if we become closer with our neighbours, in my experience, then the street gets a lot more friendly, and it's something that you enjoy coming home to, rather than
absolutely
being quite isolated in our homes. Unfortunately, that's a a reality of like older people in their homes. They can be quite isolated, but it doesn't have to be that way. So sometimes just the simple little steps of saying hi to a neighbour is something that's really powerful for people.
Yeah. I'm thinking moving into the that we're so fully into the digital age of everything is almost like it cuts out that personal relationship or personal interaction with people. I mean, I'm talking about earlier days back when my grandparents when I was staying with my grandparents, people would even leave their doors unlocked and go out for the day, and people interacted with the whole street. And then going back to my forebears, who were the early settlers up in Auckland, and in the early 1800s, and they were all going forth in helping each other to. There was so much of more of a community aspect there, and I noticed that in some ways we've lost the ability to interact in positive ways as a community. I mean, there are pockets of people doing things, which is great, to be able to convince people that we need each other.
Yeah.
We need each other to survive.
Definitely. I mean, we're all social beings, and we need one another to move forward as a civilization. And I think if we look at, so obviously Niti's from Tonga and you've been there yourself, the communities over there are just vibrant, because everyone's family.
Yeah.
Like, there's my auntie down the street, there's my uncle just right next to her. So realistically, if we can make our communities into more family orientated, even if we're not blood related, we're all kind of part of one human family. If we can become closer friends with one another, then what a wonderful world it would be.
Absolutely, that's one thing I remember. The Tongans, very incredibly friendly people. They're known as a friendly island. They're known as a friendly, and Pacific Islanders, the Tongans. And I was only there weeks, and I was immediately adopted into a family, and that was the end of it.
Cool.
So they have a whole, and it's the same within Māoridom in New Zealand. There is a whānau family aspect. In some cases, it needs a little bit of attention and love sometimes, but overall, there is that framework in place that works. That whānau family integration with that aroha does it works, and I think more of us maybe need to look at that aspect. And that's obviously what you guys are doing.
Definitely.
Okay.
I think cultural expression is something that's so important for us as people, and we try and encourage that as much as possible. So obviously we've got diversity here when it comes to like sharing time together,
right?
Then it's wonderful to hear all the waiata and the different songs from different cultures, and it just really shows us that we can be one big human family, even if we're from different countries or different backgrounds.
So do you think that even though we have different culture, different ways of expressing things, do we really, at the bottom line, are we all really wanting the same thing? Do you think we're wanting similar things anyway? Definitely. What do you think? Do we aspire towards wanting what? Happy families, educated, well-loved children, people that respect, I guess. There's a whole lot of things that go with it, eh? I think you'll find that there's a commonality amongst all people's religious faiths, whatever, philosophies, that when it comes down to it, we all want a similar thing, to be happy and joyful human beings is what it's about. To be happy and joyful. And we had a meeting last night. Just talking to the listeners, whoever's watching, we had a really amazing night last night. And your dad cooked a beautiful Persian meal, which was pretty good. And then we sat round and sang lots of songs and had some but it was a joyful occasion. It was really uplifting, and those people that were there, excuse me, that came along to be part of that community building, for feeling well loved it. I thought they all went away with and a good feeling. It was great. And the other thing is, it doesn't take a lot of effort to be able to do it. It's not as though it's just a matter of changing and saying, hey, how's it all going now? How can we work together and
Definitely.
step outside the mark?
I think it's the perfect time for it. I mean, it's the summer months. We've been having some really lovely days.
Yeah.
People are going to be naturally wanting to have barbecues and things like that. So why not make it an opportunity to invite someone that you're not like really close with? Absolutely,
yeah. There's a friend. It just reminds me of a friend, Jim, who's he lives in a community. What were they called? They're like little places or flats for pensioner flat, and they're little groups of things like that. And there was a lady living there that I was just trying to find out who was there one time. This is going back last year, and the guy said, "Well, I'm not sure who she is because she just keeps to herself. No one actually knows who she is. I mean, she's been there for a while." So I thought, oh wow, that's incredible. And so I went and knocked on the door, and her face came out like this. She said, "Hello." I said, "Hello, how are you?" She said, "Oh, I think I'm all right." She said, like, she's very timid. I said, "I'm just knocking to say hi and just say." She said, "You're the first person that's ever been to my door in 2 years."
Wow.
Visitor. I mean, she has family, I guess, but like around the neighbourhood, I just about died. My heart went, oh God. She said, would you like to come in? I said, yeah, I'd like to come in. So it was just amazing, and it didn't take much. No one around had even bothered to think who is she. Didn't even know who she was. I'm thinking that one little move to say hi, and I'm not even in that neighbourhood really. I just wanted to, and so and now a few others I think visit her now, and she's been fed into that community.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. And what a positive effect it would have had on her life.
She just couldn't believe it that someone actually come to the door and wanted to actually talk to her and see how she was.
I guess these days, like, most of people who come to our door are salespeople, but realistically, if we were just neighbours and we knocked on each other's doors, like, that's a powerful way to build a friendship.
Absolutely. Yeah. We might do another song. How are we up for time? How are we doing? Quite well today. Yeah. It's 20 to 12 already.
That went quick.
Yeah. Right. Okay, what should we do?
Paper cranes.
We're going to do paper cranes. Should we do paper cranes? Because you know that one, eh?
Yeah.
So, mankind is one son. Mankind is one. Oh, paper cranes with perfect wings, flying to the sun, flying to the sun. Look around you, what's around you? Is it love we feel? Oh, there's a knowing, and it's growing. Peace can be real. Here we go. Mankind is one son. Mankind is one. Oh, paper cranes with perfect wings, flying to the sun, flying to the sun. No confrontation, legislation is gonna put it right. When we discover We have a lover like a thief in the night. Here we go. Mankind is one sun. Mankind is one. Oh, like paper cranes with perfect wings, flying to the sun. Flying to the sun. Is there a future for the children? Will they be lost in the night? Oh no, for those who care enough to listen, mankind will unite. Mankind is one sun. Mankind is one. Oh, like paper cranes with perfect wings, flying to the sun. Flying to the sun. Mankind is one sun. Mankind is one. Oh, like paper cranes with perfect wings, flying to the sun. Flying to the sun. Yeah. See, I've been singing that song for a while now, but amazing. So, I remember when I did that, it was really popular when I went to Japan. Yeah, that was pretty amazing experience, and they taught them that song in the schools and stuff. So,
Oh, wow.
paper crane being the sign of nuclear free. It was originally written for the nuclear free Pacific when the nuclear ships were coming into New Zealand's harbours, and they decided that no, we don't want any nuclear ships in here. Bye bye. Yeah. So anyway, we're just to sum up, because we want to finish it in about 10 minutes or so. So obviously this is not a fly-by-night sort of operation. It's an ongoing thing, yeah?
That's right.
So you guys are really, I mean, you're at the early stages, but you've got the youth on your side, because you've got the exuberance and the energy. But obviously, I mean, there are the older people, well, us older people are involved as well, but we don't quite have the energy sometimes to last the distance. But so thank you so much, you know, for doing this, and obviously I'm sure the listeners and the viewers out there will wish you all the best in your journey and what you're doing, because making the world a better place to be in. And the more people that latch on to it, you know, it gives us some hope for the future. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So any last words from you? I mean, maybe what do you got any thoughts about today, or what you're doing in the future and stuff like that for yourself?
I guess for me, I'm really happy doing this kind of service and trying to build community, and especially helping younger friends like Neti, Carmel and Jin. I'd encourage people to really get involved in any community activity they can see around them.
Right.
Because one of the things I've learned in my life, when we're working, we can kind of get a bit stressed and bogged down, and it is easy to fall into negative thinking, especially when you look at the world around you. So you've got to latch on to something positive and something that builds quite a lot of good feelings inside you. And the main thing I've found for me is helping others.
Yeah.
Whether it's helping out at a soup kitchen, or having a conversation with a neighbour, or, you know, like really getting involved in youth groups. I think we can all just come together and do some good for this world, because if we don't, then it's not going to improve.
Not going to improve,
Yeah.
exactly. It's in our court, really, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No one else is going to do it for us.
Yeah.
So we can make a positive impact in the world and also gain friendship and happiness through.
Yeah.
And it's it's something that
Yeah.
gives my life a lot of meaning anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty thankful.
I think it's good for the human soul as well to be interacting in that way.
Yeah.
Because I think we're designed to move towards harmony and friendship and unity rather than, disharmony, or what do they call it? It's like
Disunity.
those discords on the guitar, those horrible chords that they use. People, it's like the teacher running the thing. In the old days with the chalk and the blackboard, they run their nails down the backboard, or that squeak, and it's sort of, it's that sort of thing, But I think naturally human beings are designed gravitate towards resolution and harmony, and that's where we tend to perform the best. When you're making decisions or working off the back foot all the time in disharmony and anger and I'm the winner, and when I'm the winner, you're the losers type thing. It doesn't work,
It doesn't work. It
No.
doesn't make either of the people feel good,
Yeah.
like either
Yeah.
party. So
Mm.
try and focus on that positive and take that little step forward, and you'll feel better for it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Denise. Nettie, what are your plans for what have you got ahead? You're thinking about this year and where you want to be and what you want to do.
A friend and I are going to be starting up a children's class. Yeah, we've thought about it before this, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're starting it up next month.
Wow,
Nice.
that's good. And there's obviously lots of children in your community that you can
Yeah,
call
there
on.
is.
Yeah,
There's a lot of children that need guidance.
yeah,
They have a lot of potential.
yeah, absolutely. Well done. Kamel, what have you got in line for the future for you for over the next year or two, or have you got any plans, big plans? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be helping support a children's class that's actually happening in a school
Mm-hmm.
in my community up in Auckland. So we're looking at expanding and starting different classes. So
Right.
like splitting the class up into age groups. So
Yeah.
I think I'll be supporting one of those classes. And also I'm like looking at engaging more of my friends from school and some of the youth activities that I'm
Right.
involved with. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Chin, you're last, but not least.
Nothing as big as or noble as starting a children's class, but
Yeah.
I think sometime after high school, I'm going
Yes.
to be doing a year of service.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's that can be really amazing experience. I know about that. Yeah. So, any idea where you might go?
I'm thinking about just hopping out in the neighborhood in New
In-
Zealand.
Okay. Yeah.
Come to Masterton.
Yeah.
Chin,
We'd
come to
love to have you here. It'd be good. Yeah.
What I'd also like to say is it's amazing to see the young people really getting out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Obviously, these guys, it's summer, so they could be going to the beach and hang out with friends, but
Yeah.
they've made that
Yeah.
sacrifice to
Yeah.
come to a different part of the country, learn about community building, and do things which are like really nerve-wracking, like going on radio and talking to strangers in the street, and
Yeah.
so it's really joyful for me to see them stepping up and doing this.
Absolutely.
And to see their capacity doing it now, I'm sure that in 10 years they'll just be like soaring. They'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at this point, I'd like to take the time to thank our sponsor, because there's a sponsor that sponsors, and that's Dan Broughton. He's got a website. He's in Carterton now, and Wairarapa Web Design he's called. So Dan, thank you very much. Without you, mate, we don't have a program. But and we appreciate he's been on board the whole way through.
Wow.
And him and his wife, they're involved in community stuff. I know that for sure. They're very community conscious, and so Dan, if you're out there, I hope you have a great new year. And again, thank you for your support for this program.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. And you guys, great big thank you from me for coming in and doing this program for us. So, hopefully the viewers will get a better idea of, so if they see you in the street, they might come up and say, "Hi, are you those guys we saw on television?" So best be prepared for that. You never know. But it's great of you to make the time to come in and do this with us.
Thank you.
This program.
And what I'd just like to say is, if anyone's interested in getting involved in either a summer initiative or community building, if you go to the bahai.org.nz website, there's a link where you can email someone from your local community.
Right,
and they can let you know what's going on, if there's children's classes, youth groups, or even just a little bit more about this community building initiative.
Building thing,
And anyone's welcome to join in.
Yeah.
We just want to do it together.
Absolutely. So we should finish with a song, I think. Yes, we will. We'll do a quick song. We might do a different version of Jam Jar, actually, shall I? Might do a Jam Jar. A jazzy version, I think. I always do with Jam Jar, the song at the beginning. I change it all the time. People were wondering, what is he going to do next? You know? like Jam Jar. Jam Jar, call, we're about listening to Jam Jar, sort of thing. Jump and shout, shout it out, because it's just Jam Jar, Jam Jar. We're out listening to Jam Jar. I want to thank all the listeners and viewers for listening and tuning into Jam Jar today. And have a great new year. We'll see you next month. And be nice to each other. Okay, I'm gone.